So today what I'm going to show you is a highly requested video on my polenta. And I did a video a couple videos ago with what we ate a McDougall salad with, and I'm going to show you how to make my polenta with the tomato sauce on top. So let me walk you through the ingredients. For the polenta, I use the Bob's Red Mill gluten-free corn grits, also known as polenta. Now, I didn't know this was the gluten-free version. I mean, corn is corn, because this was during COVID. So I found this one here, which was the same price as this one, which was $3.99 for a bag. It's 4 cups of polenta, basically. So it's 2 meals for $3.99, which I think is really good. Now, how to cook it is very easy because I just use the basic recipe. And this is the quick corn grits or polenta. If you want to use the bagged one, I think it's called the golden pheasant, that takes about 40 minutes to make. So just so you know. So I use 3 cups of water, I don't put the salt in there, and 1 cup to 1 cup. So I'm doubling, so 2 cups of water, 6 cups of water and 2 cups of the polenta. And then you can throw anything you want into the polenta because it's cooked so fast. You can put corn, you can put chilies, you can put onions, you can put whatever you want. So I am keeping the polenta smooth, and I'm adding nutritional yeast, garlic powder, onion powder, and the organic no salt seasoning that I get from Costco. You can also buy this on Amazon. So that's going to go in my polenta when we're going to cook it with 6 cups of water. That's it, done. Then for the tomato sauce, you're going to need your tomatoes. I use the Cento brand right now. Some oregano, some basil, a little pepper, onions, garlic, some mushrooms, and I've got some mixed greens here. I always add greens into almost every meal. So this is an easy way to do that. And then for the onions, instead of chopping them into little diced onions, what I do is I'm going to chop them lengthwise. Because the polenta is so thin, thin and smooth, I want to add some texture to my meal, and so I'm going to do that by adding the onions and the mushrooms. And then lastly, at the very, very end, we're going to add a little bit of balsamic vinegar. So to get started, let me heat up my pan and we'll start. Okay, so we are going to start, and this is a dry pan, no oil. I'm just going to add a little bit of water. That's what you want to see. And I'm just going to put in my onions and garlic. And just cook those for about 3 or 4 minutes. Okay, so as you can see, some of the garlic is starting to stick. Boom! That's all you need to do is just add a little bit of water. Okay, so now I'm going to add my mushrooms and just cook those for about 5 minutes until they soften up, and then we'll add everything else. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes and everything looks nice and soft, and I'm going to add everything else. I'm going to add the tomato sauce. I'm going to add my pepper. My basil flakes. If you have fresh basil, you can use fresh basil. Just a handful. And my oregano. And I'm just going to mix everything up. I'm going to lower my heat, and I'm going to cover it and let it cook for about 20 minutes. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to put all my spices in before I mix it into the water. Just lightly mix it in there. Okay, now I've got my water boiling, and I put it down from a high to a medium, and I'm going to just pour it in, and I'm going to cook it, stirring constantly for about 4 to 5 minutes, and then when it thickens up, we're going to turn off the heat, cover it up, and it'll be done. Okay, so it's been about 5 minutes, and you can see how it's thickened up considerably. And now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover it, and I'm just going to push it off to the side and leave it there until everything else is ready. Okay, so now I'm going to add my greens to the sauce, and all I want to do is just put it on top. And they will cook down, they'll wilt. And we'll come back when they kind of cook down a little. Okay, so it's been 2 minutes and everything is wilted, and now I'm just going to add about a 1/4 cup of balsamic vinegar. And I'm just going to mix it in, and then I'm going to turn off my heat and let this sit for just a few minutes, and then it'll be ready to serve. Okay, so we're ready. So it's really nice, it's nice and thick, and what you want to do is you want to kind of spread it out, kind of like a thick porridge. And I like to make a little well in the middle, like that. And then you want to put your sauce right in the middle there, like a little pool. And this sauce can be used on pasta, on rice, on anything you want. And that is what it looks like. Now I'm going to show you what we're going to eat it with tonight. So you can't have polenta without corn on the cob. So I made steamed some corn on the cob, and I also steamed some cauliflower and just put a little lemon and a little salt and pepper on top. And that is dinner for tonight. Thanks for watching.